Okay, so this is a little video to show you how to load film into an old manual 35mm camera. They're all going to be a little different, but they're all going to be really similar. This one happens to be a Minolta SRT 202. I don't even know what that means, but it's the camera that I found in my cupboard that functions. And like I said, they're all so similar. So if you haven't used a camera like this before, super briefly, these are your shutter speeds, how to move this dial, I said. Oh, unhappy puppy. So this changes your shutter speed. This is a little stiff. This advances your film. This is your film advance lever. This is your shutter. So you press this and the shutter goes off. And then to change your apertures, you've got this dial on the lens. So to load film into one of these, this little lever here pulls up and the back pops open. And I like to tell my students, when you're learning how to do this, go ahead and set the camera face down, and it's a fairly stable thing, as long as you have a relatively short lens. This is what the film is going to look like when you take it out of a canister. This is old, not good film, so I'm going to show you how to put it in and how to take it out. This little knob will go to the bottom and it'll fit in there. You might have to convince it. You might have to pull this little lever up a little bit more so that it goes in, and then you push it back down, and now that's holding the film in here. By the way, you want to be really careful not to stick your finger in there. That's your shutter advancing. Watch. Oh, it was so fast. Let's see if I can make it slow enough. This camera does not want to cooperate with me. So not. Oh, I made it faster, not slower. That's it. Let's see if this will show you. There. So if we go even slower, totally going off topic. Well, not really. So that's the shutter. Don't stick your finger in there. You want to be careful when you're loading film not to put your finger through that. That's what I wanted you to know. So this is the film leader. We're going to drag this across. And in this camera, it's going to go in this little slot here. Most of them have something similar. If it's not exactly the same, it's going to be really similar. And we want to stick that little leader in that spot. And then we're going to use this film advance lever to drag it. When that one just went the opposite direction, but that's okay. You want to go ahead and make sure you see it going around and catching. If you don't see that, you may not have caught it, and the film will never advance, and you'll take a bunch of pictures on this first leader and it won't work. So then at this point, when you see that it's advanced, you're going to close the back. And then a lot of times there's a counter up here. It's like this little red dot, and got to release the shutter, the very slow shutter at this point. Gonna put it back up to something that you might actually use. And then you're gonna shoot it a couple of times until it gets to that little one. And then you would be ready to make your photographs. In this one, you'd look through here, there's a light meter that's probably not functioning because the battery is probably not good here. But I'm going to show you. So you would be shooting your roll of film. I want you to notice this little knob over here is moving. That's one of the ways that I know that my film has advanced and is moving through the camera. Not all cameras will show it move quite so much. Some of them, it might be a little more subtle, but it should still move. So I would do this until I couldn't shoot anymore, depending on how many exposures you have on that roll of film. This one's probably only 24, but that's how many numbers you'll get here. When you can't advance it anymore, that means you've hit the end of your roll. Then to take it out, generally on the bottom, this one has a little release button here. A lot of them look very, very much the same. You would push that down to that. Now this releases the film, so it's going to let go of it over here. If you don't do that and you try to rewind it, you can tear the film apart. It's amazing what I've seen. But so at this point, I'm going to use this little lever again, and there's a little arrow. And so I'm going to rotate the arrow, and I can feel the tension of this. And I'm just going to let it go. It gets really kind of hard, and then it goes loose. If I were doing this and not wanting to save this film to use again, to show for demos, I would keep it going. It would pull it all the way in. And then I'm going to pop it back open. And I've got my leader still sticking out. But I like to have a roll of film like this that I know is garbage that I can play with and let students practice. So that's how to load and unload film from an old manual film camera.